Yeah, unfortunately, some things beyond our control happen during the first segment, so we have a second segment.
Yeah.
And also, unfortunately, she had, important matters to deal with, so she won't be here with us. But small things, still back on the road.
Yeah, boy.
Back on the road, there we go.
What note did we end on?
Well, you know,
You can just start fresh.
Yeah, for
Let
real.
me just jump in it. Well, Carnival launching happened last Saturday.
Yeah.
And so we in the Carnival season now. Kubi, you being a man in the culture, all about the culture and the energy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. What to expect this Carnival season?
But I really impressed with what's going on. I really like the launching in itself. I had to big up everybody that was a part of that. It was insane. The turnout was crazy. I like the cultural show out. The monkey mask and thing, the different outfits and just the whole showing out of the choreography, the dancing. Everybody was accounted for out there, and that's what I really rate. And I like that the cultural package that was put on the stage. You saw everything, bro. And it was like, you saw your hands, you saw, everybody, your bongo prime. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? There's a little girl that sang on stage too and stuff like that. Yeah, oh bang. It was a good night. Mad Zod.
It was great. It was great.
It was a good night. It was a good night, and it definitely is an indication of things to come. The music is very diverse. We got Whale for C. We got They Don't Party Like We. We got Crackers and Backers. We have Eat the Curry Raw. You know what I mean? We have all kinds of songs. Like, no, the vibes are, it's all over, and that's what I like. I like diversity. So I know I'm going to have a good time this carnival. Real talk. Real talk.
Right. Speaking about carnival, right? We know you being an ambassador for Flow, correct?
I'm Team Flow every day, all day.
Right. So what are the preparations like coming up to carnival for Flow? Because we know Flow is big on carnival. Flow always have a lot going on for carnival.
Flow has a massive, massive launch coming up. I don't want to let the secret coming out of the bag. It's always a good vibe. When Flow's on deck, the carnival is even better. You know what I mean? Right. So there's a lot of things coming up for the customers, for the subscribers of the network, and for people who want to come on the network. You don't know. Right. But, Flow has had a minor shift, but Flow is focusing on telling the story through people right now, because you see the grassroots and the people that make the company that it is. That's where we're putting all our energy. So don't think that, boy, we ain't seeing Flow showing out like how Flow is showing out. Nah, things are just going to be real different, real big, and much more matter than we've had them before.
So jump with Flow mass band.
Boy, well, I ain't too sure. There's a birdie say some things though. I know the road Monday. I'm so torn in these moments. I'm not too sure what's happening on Monday. I'm not too sure if the mobiles are showing out on Monday. Right. We usually have the mobiles out on the road. When I say the mobiles, you know what I mean? We're talking about digital temperature, we're talking about Flow Monday band, you know what I mean? I don't know if the mobiles are showing out, right? And we still have the regulars. We still got Purple Army. We still got Musty. We still got Guinness out on the road. And people, I hear that Hot 97 coming on the road after a break. Yeah, boy.
Hot 97 coming back on the road?
Yeah, I giving you a thing, I giving y'all a thing. Hot 97 is back on the road. It's a rumor.
Look for it.
Yeah. It's a rumor. Hot 97 is on the road this carnival Monday. Thing looking mad. Yeah, boy. And there's some new events on stream too. I know people are wondering. We got all the usual events coming back, events that I love that are close to my heart. We got the usual suspects of pumping, the brunch and soca, the AM Jamboree, the I Love Rum. We have the return of Wet Republic. We're seeing some of the things that, we're looking good. We're looking good. All the city shows, Panorama, Soca Monarch, the whole nine, everything up. And we got a new dog on the block, Waterworld, boy. Waterworld.
Yeah, I saw Waterworld.
Waterworld. What should we expect this year coming from Waterworld?
Waterworld, from what I understand, I'm playing like I don't know, you know what I mean? But Waterworld is everything water, right? Imagine you're just going into a party where the party is literally just about the party. It's not about, I wonder whose artists they bringing today. Nah, this is going to be the craziest water fete known to mankind on this part of the hemisphere.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to, I know this is like distracted about something there, right? But what I want to find out, right, because we're talking about expectations right now. We're talking about Waterworld right now. I gotta look inside that. I don't know if you can tell me, but I gotta look inside
Well, from what I heard is from the team that brought H2O and Summerfest.
What a crazy team, man.
What a crazy.
Who's the guy behind
Who
this
brought
thing?
those
Boy.
people together?
Yeah, who's
Who
Boy.
brought those people together?
the guy behind this
Yo,
thing?
it's just the kind of thing where there was a meeting of minds in a room. And bro, it was so casual, and that's the beauty of St. Vincent. And it was like, you know, we're all so divided. We're all doing this. I do my thing, you do my thing, this team do that thing, they do. What if we all just come together and just do a party? And it's like, yeah, so what do you want to do? Like an upgraded H2O, an upgraded, you know, Summerfest? Maybe do like a soca Summerfest. Oh, and it's like, nah, B.
What I want
We
to know.
just do water world, everything water.
I know you and Hans have a good relationship.
Yeah.
You and Mason as well.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is you and Skinny Fabulous.
Oh, cheese and bread, right,
That's what I'm
right.
getting at. So, like, we're expecting a local performance from Skinny Fabulous.
How you mean? What you mean?
So, having a
You're wondering.
come to Waterworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you something bigger than that. You know, we have an event that me and Skinny are doing, and Hans, as a matter of fact, you see them three boys, Hans, Skinny, and Kubi. We have something on June 7th
June 7th.
and the 21st. It's called Made in Vincy. It's kind of like the first of its kind. It's an all Vincentian show. So you're wondering how that really going to play out?
Yeah, trying to get the memo.
Yeah, how that really gonna play out? No, Made in Vincy, bro. That's the actual show. So when you're coming to the show, you're wondering, oh, am I gonna see a foreign artist? Am I gonna see a Nyla? Am I gonna see a lyrical? Nah.
Everything Vincy.
Nah, everything Vincy.
Everything Vincy.
A pose, a DJ 20, a voltage, TBG, anything, bro. That is just it straight.
Right,
Straight up Vincy. And when you go to the bar now and you say, yeah, I want to have like a Big Mac with fries. No, Madongo bakes, saltfish, plantain, roast pork, chicken, fish, snapper. It's just Vincy food in a Vincy
You
party.
give me a kind of expo vibes, boy.
But I'm telling you, and then when you
Yeah,
go in there and you
yeah,
want,
expo vibes,
it's
real.
Hyroon, it's Captain Bly, it's Sunset, it's SLR, it's everything Vincy, bro. You understand? So the show is called Made in Vincy. It's celebrating our culture 100%, and that's the vibe. So Skinny is going to be putting off one of the biggest shows in Jesus history, boy.
We're looking forward to it. That's what
Nah, I mean, when's the last time you actually see Skinny do a stage show and perform for over an hour?
Boy, that's not really
It might be saying like Black. No, for real, Made in Vincy, and we're going to a venue that is historic. We're going to Black Point.
So we're getting all of this.
Nah,
Wait,
bro,
yeah.
Black Point is like over an acre of flat land.
Black Point.
When was
Yeah.
the last time they had an event at Black Point?
I'm telling you. And guess what?
What do you come up with these ideas?
Boy, we just sit down and just say, what we going to do? You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, and then, oh yeah, really, you want to do that? Yeah. And then that's really how it just happened, you know. I'm not even playing with you. And then we went down there with the engineers, we looked at the playing field, we talked to the national parks, we worked out the whole logistics of everything. And we're so happy to announce that this show, we're crossing our fingers, right? Because we get support for these things. If things go how they could go, well, you might hear a big surprise in the media, which is the show's absolutely free.
You say that again?
The show is
Repeat that. I probably didn't hear it. Repeat that.
really hear
Yeah,
that.
No, repeat
the
that.
show's absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have a Skinny performance.
yeah. A Hans performance.
Performance.
All
Hans
the
performance.
stars you like. Team Boss Raw. Team Sean Beats.
TBG.
Team everybody. I'll be down
Just
there hosting
Bus.
myself. Just Bus, the whole nine. Everybody out there doing their thing, bro. For the sake of Vincy culture. Turn up.
For free.
For free.
For free. For free?
I
mean-
still, no,
well, I
no,
mean-
no.
That-
Let me tell you something. It's like, you hear freeness, everybody like, yeah, every man and their dog down there. But there's no catch. There's no catch. I'm just telling you, and I'm telling you up front, when you go in to the Made in Vincy Music Festival, it's a farmer's market, it's a fun day and whatnot. You say, oh, so they gotta go down there around 8 o'clock at night. Nah, we're opening up the venue in the morning
Morning.
and we're closing it off whenever.
Wow, you see.
You understand? So you come there, you get your Vincy breakfast, you get your bakes and saltfish and whatever not. You get your planting, you can sit there, you can get things, you can sit down, you can talk to people about your farming, about your gardening. You can go let your kids go play on a little trampoline and have fun, hear music all day, do little seminars and ray. Boy, it's a whole day of everything Vincy.
See, I was right when I said giving me ideas of like an expo.
I'm telling you, but it's
Expo with vibe though.
it's a festival.
Yeah,
It's a
festival.
festival.
Entertainment.
Yeah, it's celebrating us. It's celebrating St. Vincent. If you want to come out in your colors, come out in your colors. But we're just encouraging people, just bring yourself, just bring your we. It's a we vibe. You know what I mean? So telling you up front, if you're gonna go by the bar and look for something foreign, you won't find it. Have some respect for your country.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen exactly, right? Let me
No
tell you
Hennessy.
what's gonna happen.
Hey, baby.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But here we go. Let me tell you what's gonna happen.
But there's Captain Bly.
Captain.
And there's sparrows.
Yeah.
Come
But
on,
let me
man.
tell you again, right? We're exactly gonna happen, right? Like Vincy is a kind of country, right? We known for hills and whatever else, right? Right. But you see, under the what is it? June 7th.
June 7th.
June 7th. Vincy can shift one way because the population can be the population can
Black
be
Point underwater.
Black
Black Point underwater.
No.
No.
Side can lift up.
Yeah, and if people are wondering about parking done a lot. We even got Shalom, we got a playing field, we got Seaview Garden, we got a lot of parking. So you can put your vehicle in a secure area. We got the floodlights set up, everything. It is a full, just imagine an event in Park or in Tarmac or somewhere down Leeward. We're just taking that energy straight to Black Point.
Wow.
Bro, and that beach beautiful. And when you go out there for the whole day and that vibes and you come down in tonight, and then when Skinny touched that stage, oh my God. When Hans touched that stage, bro, I don't want to let all the artists out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't want to let all the artists out. I don't want to let all them out. I
And when
know.
would this event be?
When?
What's the date?
June
It's
7th.
a Saturday.
June 7th.
It's a
Let me
Saturday.
pull up my- let me pull up my
Well,
calendar
guys.
right now.
Definitely mark that in your calendar. June
No,
7th.
like,
Everything
I'm going right
Vincy.
now.
Made in
You see,
Vincy.
it's a Saturday made
Right now.
in
Saturday
Vincy.
right
Made in
Fun day, farmers market, music, festival, all day. You can just cancel do your thing in town if you want to and come out there lunchtime thing for you. If you wake up early in the morning, 7 o'clock, you say, let me go up Black Point, just camp out the whole day. Bring your whole family and relax yourself.
Right.
We have the whole venue. So people are wondering like, boy, I wonder if I could get a little, bro, we have the whole venue. So, you know, they have the gazebos and the jamboree for the kids and stuff like that. Plus we're bringing trampolines. Plus we're bringing bouncing castles. Plus we're bringing slides. Plus we're bringing all the farmers with their produce. Plus we're bringing all the chefs with their local Creole food and everything, bro. You're not going to get nothing foreign.
You know, I'm trying to find out, like...
So even the tourists in them, even the medical students that are here, even the workers that are here working at the port and on the various contracts in this country, come true. Learn what it means to be a Vincy. Eat some roast food.
So
Right.
this event is basically promoting the culture.
Yeah.
Well, that's something to look
My
forward
question,
to.
all right? Yo, in a constantly changing market like this, how do you remain so innovative?
Me, personally,
Yeah.
bro, I mean, it's based on everybody who's watching this live here, you know, and who's watching this feed here. It's like it's about being egoless. Like, I don't mind sharing my secrets. I don't share all. But one of the biggest things I have to do as a man, and I tell this to people who come to my studio, and everybody's come to my studio, they know, Skinny knows this, Shatta knows this, everybody knows this, right? I tell myself every morning, I just look in the mirror, I do my stretches and things, the I is nobody. And I'm not saying that in a funny way, bro. I am nothing. I just wake up myself and I tell myself I is nothing. I is nobody. And I make sure I drum that in my head. You know what I mean? That's why if you come by me, you don't see my awards on no shelf.
Right.
You don't see no pictures in my house. You don't see nothing to celebrate myself. Because I want to come out today like I have to be somebody. You know what I mean? So I don't have to watch some guy. I don't have to jack nobody's style. You know what I mean? I have to just keep that between me and my creator. So if the creator says, boy, talk to your bro Skinny. Check in on them, you know. See what Hans doing, you know. How about y'all just set up a stage show now? Let me see what y'all feel like. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And if that's what I want to do, that's what I want to do. And then I always check myself. So if I come out here and I say, yo, I want to start a hookah business, shisha, and Raheem done doing that, I ain't doing it. But if he doing it, I go tap him in and say, let me do it together.
Okay, makes sense.
Because I is nobody. And maybe together we can be somebody and do something. That's just a secret.
Getting more into this. And guys, I'm trying to find out more about you know, more about who you are. Everyone knows KUBIYASHI.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what
kind of.
about Alex Barnwell?
Alex Barnwell, the man in the suit and tie.
Yes.
Yeah, Alex Barnwell is the guy in the suit and tie.
Alex Barnwell.
Yeah, when you see the guy walking around looking all, that's the guy in the suit and tie. Yeah, Kubi's in the building here today.
So
you
how
know.
did you get about finding out the name? Like finding the name, KUBIYASHI.
I had some Asian friends, and I grew up in a very culturally diverse community in London, Ontario. And I got to learn some Arabic, some Mandarin, some Cantonese. Well, French is my second language. I'm not too strong at Spanish, but I'm real good at Arabic. I'm real good at a
How many
little.
different languages do you speak?
Well, languages is a thing for me. I just love languages, bro. Like Romanian and stuff like that. I like to speak different languages because Yeah, all these things are connected to people who I deal with and have business with or have long-term friendships with. And then a friend from over in Japan, Osaka, Japan, his name is Hiro. Big up Hiro one time. He gave me the name.
KUBIYASHI?
Yeah. He actually, the real name is KUBIYASHI, Kobiy. And he's like, you know, there's this thing called KUBIYASHI. And he's like, you know, for you. It's so the Asian lifestyle is like everybody think, oh, names have meaning and names have meaning. Nah, it is like a high, like a glyph in the Asian culture can mean a whole bunch of different things, like an action, like maybe that feeling you feel before you're about to vomit. There is literally a Mandarin character for that, but we don't have an English explanation. You might say, oh, I'm about to yoke, I'm about to throw up, but then that whole emotion of that can be described. So the Kubi thing is like, is a technique. Yeah? It's about something that exists that doesn't exist.
And how
You sure you get that?
I mean, it's a lot for me to grasp at once, correct?
Yeah.
But to not like waste time trying to focus on, no, I go soaking.
Nah, it's about creating something that doesn't exist.
It's like a kind of different feel that you can't really explain. You can't really put words to the feel.
No, I could, but I just like, I don't want to, like, you know, it's something, maybe I should just let it go
Maybe
after all this time.
You don't really want to just
Nah, I could tell you. You
something.
can see I'm getting real uncomfortable with this question, right? But, so, because we live in such a weird world, bro, and, you know, man might watch you skank and watch your blue phone, right? But you have knowledge that a man gonna watch you for your blue phone. You dig? So this might look like a phone, but it ain't a phone. So the Kubi name is making this phone look like a phone, work like a phone, operate like a phone, but it ain't a phone. So when he wastes all his time trying to make this phone, he go realize he can't communicate, he can't do nothing because it was never a phone.
It's just the illusion that it's a phone.
Yeah.
You ain't make this easier for me, man. No, you ain't make this easier for me, man.
It's anti-bad mind. The name in itself is anti-bad mind. If you want me to bring it down to a Vincy level, the name is anti-bad mind. You could watch it, but if you want to recreate it, nah, boy, you go have to go back in the graveyard to when I was 6 years old to be me. Yeah, I mean, I'm classical piano trained. I'm an engineer. I have pilot's license. I've traveled across the world. I've lived in 7 different countries, bro. I've been managers of different companies. Big up Kelly Glass, big up Hellcom International. I've worked for Flow. I've worked for Mustique Company. I've worked for the Pink Sands Club. I've developed hybrid fiber coax networks. I'm a highly educated person. I'm trained in many different types of technologies, bro. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm even close to Flow. Right. Some people don't understand. Oh, why Flow and Alex? Because there's a mixture between what I do in marketing communications and what I do in engineering and technology. So it's a whole collection. So, you know, as a person, I used to keep yourself innovative and fresh, like keep switching it up. And the name itself is a name that was given to me. This reminds myself to reinvent and pivot and do something different, like keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying, bro? And don't watch her over there and be like, man, I love those Crocs. I wish I could walk out in them Crocs. Nah, I just like my white Pumas. I good with them here.
It's about us being in contact.
Yeah, I like how she look in those, and I like how I look in this. And maybe if me and she stand up together, man, we go look real cool together.
Right.
And that's what the name and its whole philosophy.
It gives me a feel of like selflessness in terms of like not wanting what other person's success for yourself, but also being together, like integration now, man. So that you can both share the success. My
selfishness must benefit others. So by just leaguing with me and knowing me, you must feel like you can dream too. But I don't feel like I can dream alone, Skeng, Raheem. I feel like the trio we hit, once we sit down and talk, we can dream together. And that's what the name is about. The name isn't about myself because I ain't born into this world with myself. I born into this world with all y'all. Everybody who watching this right now, y'all here. So I had to live with y'all. So
and KUBIYASHI has been doing just that.
Yeah.
But
I just want to live with y'all. If y'all want to sing both, walk your front yard. If you want to sing tune, I remember I met this guy, he was homeless at the time, living on street Blakey. If you want to come in the studio and sing, if your name is Masho Montano and you want to fly all the way to St. Vincent and sing, you can do that. I don't care who you are. I just want to live with you. I want to have some good times.
Okay. Talking about success though, right? Well, last year...
Big up my friend Marshall one time.
Yeah, big up Marshall.
Real big link. Yeah,
but talking about success though, last year, you know, Uptown Party. Uptown Party last year was the definition of success. And this is 2025. I just want
You're
to
gonna
know.
make me cry in this place, boy.
Like-
Jesus Christ.
What are we
Let me tell
looking?
you
What are we
something,
gonna
eh?
see this year?
Well,
for
first of all, let me clear the air on that one time. Bros,
Pause real quick. I just want to tell you this one time. You guys know what happens in December, Christmas, right? Like I've heard people having no anticipation over Uptown Party on Christmas. People looking forward to December because Uptown Party at Christmas.
but at one point we were deciding, boy, should we do an uptown party at Christmas and just throw we hand in the ring? But boy, nah, we keeping it where it is. You know, it was difficult skiing because last year we had Hurricane Beryl, and my heart still goes out to the people of the Grenadines, and my heart goes out to the people and all the farmers that lost so much, guys. You know what I mean? We had our farms, we had livestock, we had things decimated, people's homes that still have not been repaired because the stress the country has been under, it's literally impossible to repair thousands and thousands of homes in the time frame that we need to. But still, all the organizations are going and doing what they need to do. And unfortunately, you saw the dropout of USAID. So a lot of the help that was happening in the Grenadines was put on a pause. You know what I mean?
Because you were also supposed to get, not to cut you off, you
Yeah.
were also supposed to get the party.
Correct.
In Vermont.
Correct.
Right, and that never happened.
Well, the thing is, no, it's thank you. And it's like Uptown Party was happening on a day. Hurricane Beryl came, and we could not hold the party. And the team was so sad. And bro, Uptown Party happened, what, August 1st?
Right.
And at no point in time did the team, me, Hans, did we were sitting down, Junior, and we were like, dog, Hans every day was like, Kubi, tears. Kubi, tears. Me done pay for this, me done pay for Mikhail
because
Tesha,
even you
me
was
done
already
pay,
being
me done
organized.
pay for Kess, me done pay for GBM, me done pay for let's say, oh God, Kubi, I can't face people, boy, we had to give people back the money. And I said, bro, have some faith, dog. We going in. You understand? He was like, cool. I said, nah, let me just keep our levels high and go. And real talk, big up Hans John, big up him and his whole family, because, you know, it was like, you know, small encouragement from me. And then men bear the load and then men pay the price. Not like price for the artist, but the price emotionally and bandy belly. And we went for a real uncommon date to throw a soca party, Uptown Party, and it was one of the most biggest crowds.
Yeah.
It was a record-hitting crowd, and we were completely shot, and people enjoyed themselves like there was no tomorrow, bro. And it's like, that is the energy that we're bringing in this year called the Trinity. And why the Trinity? It's been 3 years since we do an Uptown Party. And this year we're going with the past, the present, and the future skank. And that's what the Holy Trinity is. And we're bringing that inside Uptown Party, so you don't know. What does that mean? You're going to get something from the past. You're going to get something from the present, and you're going to get some artists for the future. You dig?
You see, innovative things I'm telling you
That
about?
makes me
You
feel
see,
way
innovative
better.
things I'm telling you about?
Yeah.
Your busy schedule, how do you come up with these things?
My busy schedule, I like my crowd. I just catch my crowd. So I like being around people that are progressive. You know what I mean? I can't really stand the fight down thing. I can't stand the toxic thing. I can't stand the kind of people that want to come with a whole bunch of ray in my head about something going on with some guy or some girl every minute. I love you. I will never forget you. But if we stop communication, it's just simply because I can't deal with that. Because these sort of things is what I feel I need to do. You know what I mean? And anybody that signs on to the philosophy of progression, man, we could jam any day, but that is all it is, you know, bro. My busy schedule means nothing because I have so much time still. I go to the gym, I do my kids' schoolwork with him, I come up with these, I talk to all my clients and them, and everything just work out still straight, nice and good.
Something I want to highlight on, right? Okay, Reem was talking about your success earlier. And for those who don't know, we'll just put some light on it.
Okay.
KUBIYASHI.
Oh boy.
The man with over 30 #1 soca hits in the Caribbean, you correct?
Jesus, man, count them.
KUBIYASHI, the guy who has influence on the whole Caribbean when it comes to soca. And as well, KUBIYASHI working with like hit makers like Walshy Fire and Major Lazer.
Boy, you do your homework, dog.
I tell you, like, what was that like? What that came about? Like, was it Sean Paul song this one?
I met Sean Paul through Beanie Man. Beanie Man came to St. Vincent do a show, and he came to my house and he recorded some songs. He just liked the vibes.
Yeah.
Beanie Man and Skinny always been friend. And I remember Beanie Man did say in my studio, boy, make sure Skinny is the biggest thing. And I have a recording of him saying that when we've been kids, you know what I mean? And he was, oh boy, Beanie Man has always been so supportive. I literally just went out on a limb and contacted Marshall, and Marshall just answered my call and said, yeah. And he flew to St. Vincent. Bungee Garland flew to St. Vincent. I call him Maximus Dan, Dougie Slaughter.
Right.
Same thing with Diplo. You know, weirdly enough, Diplo, please, if you ever watch this, don't get vexed at me, dog. You know what I mean? Diplo is a big producer, produced for Beyonce, whatnot, multi-Grammy. Boy, Diplo used to live in Beckway with his girlfriend, MIA. Paper Planes, nobody on the corner has swagger like, you know what I mean? So that was his girl. And weird story, you know, I met him passively, bro. And he was trying to, boy, I don't even know what to say, but he was basically just trying to get home. And he used to play Penthouse to make up, to get back to his flight to go back home. I don't know what was going on in his life, but I just know that that's what he wanted to do. And then at the same time, dog, there was another artist, Walshy Fire, Walshino, but he was known as Walshy Killer.
It was Walshy Killer?
His name was Walshy Killer, and he was part of a whole clique, Black Shiny.
I've heard of Black Shiny.
Black Shiny, the legendary sound that comes out of Jamaica, bro. But Walshy was a teacher teaching in Miami, and Diplo was just a man doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was these men came together, and they did a thing. And how I knew Diplo and how I knew all these people, it was just over time when they became Major Lazer. And I was like, wait, them is all my friends, Jillionaire, Walshy, Diplo. And I hit up Diplo, and Diplo was like, man, I trying to do some stuff. And I sent him some music, and that was just the beginning. And from that, every idea that man had, yo, Kubi, what do you think? I got to work on Grammy-nominated albums. I got to work with Ariana Grande. I got to work with real people, bro. Like, the men just opened the gate. You know what I'm saying? But then me as a person, I ain't gonna tell you straight up, I wasn't that focused on music as I was focused on living and taking my life. Because from the time you get Grammy nominated, from the time you win, I won a French Grammy with this artist, Calypso Rose, on an album I worked on with her, also remixed by the same Major Lazer. And big up my record label, Because Music, and big up Paris Universal at the same time. I love y'all, you know what I mean? And I just ended up in a real good situation with people that were about being progressive and supporting me at my level and watching me grow.
Okay, well, another thing, me and she was speaking all that, right, before you even came. I was like, since 2 o'clock today. So we realized, like, we think your type of produced beats have a special type of song. I would call it vibesy, in a sense, high-spirited. And there's this kind of, like, the bass to it. Because if we go back to, like, Rocket Rhythm, right? Go back to Rocket Rhythm. I will go back to also the beat you produced for Idol with the scene. Like the beat and the bass when it starts to kick in, I feel like they have a similar cadence.
False God rhythm.
Yeah, False God.
So we're saying, like, I don't know if we're tripping, or we overthinking this thing here. Overthinking this thing about, like, these beats have a kind of special vibes to them. Like, you can get a special cadence to it. Like, you hear any similarities.
Yeah, my cousin hit me up one time and she watched me and she was like, yo, you was on something when you built the Rocket Rhythm.
You was on something.
I was like, bro, me and Datsy were literally in the studio and I think Ida was there too, bro. And we were all in the room and Datsy has a way that he just move, right? And he just have a kind of off timing. And when Datsy just dab, Datsy just always just kind of just throw and just kind of move in this kind of way. And then I was like working on the percussion and I was literally just throwing the percussion to the way Datsy been moving. And then we had the beat. And then, bro, we just went into some real high science. And then we had the up part and I was just doing all these like effects chains to take like a steel pan. That instrument you're hearing up top is actually a steel pan, you know. It's a steel pan. But then we were processing it and yo, we just started to trip off the music, not off of anything. We wasn't drinking nothing. And we was just there in the studio tripping. And then Datsy was like, boy, I have this style I've been working on for years. C-O-C-K, C-O-C-K, B-A-C-K, and he just went down in it. And I was like, damn. And then when Zeke came with the more rum, please, I was like, Jesus. Yeah, OG Park was there and Rocket Rhythm just had the same. But it's really a style that is built to dab in. And I just felt like at the time, the music wasn't supporting culture. And culture is organic, it's not fixed. So what we used to do back in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s and 2010, 2015 is not what we're doing today in 2025, 2024. Yo, Jiggy take road, Dabbing take road, Wajang take road. But does the music support that culture? And so I just felt to myself, boy, let me create the sound for Dabbing. Let me create the sound for Wajang. And that's where Rocket, that's where Sit Bad, that's where all these rhythms, that's where False Gods comes from.
Something that I also have to point out, right? Your adaptation, like being in this for over
Too long.
decades.
Too long, yeah.
Yeah, and you easily adapt to the change of anything that's going on. And one thing you also do, you also always promote the youths.
Yeah.
Always promote the youths.
Yeah, but big up. Luke says I'm
If I start calling
you know, Luke for Hot 97. Boy, I came into Luke's office one time and Luke was like, Kubi, you know something's wrong with you. You're very abnormal. He was like, that's not normal, you know, that's abnormal. And I was like, boy, I left that feeling real. You know what I mean? I was feeling real conscious of myself. I said, why would he tell me something like that? But then, you know, I was like, that's so weird. But then, I mean, I got it because there's other people that really fight up to do it. But at the end of the day, I don't do it because I want to be known for doing it. It's because if you guys are in this room doing something, I want you to have the support to get it done. And if it's in the tune of a music or a sound or a genre, I'll do that and I'll walk away. Because if one thing you can say, like, I don't run down music. I might do 1-2 songs a year and leave because I don't really want it. It's your thing. It's not my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Talking about the wajab and the dabbing culture.
Yeah.
Like just yesterday, my auntie dabbing. My auntie like in her 60s and she
He
dabbing.
told me.
She dabbing. I mean,
He's like, you was thinking my auntie this morning trying for dab.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
My auntie trying for dab. Like
Yeah.
even the older folks are now gravitating to
Correct.
the wajang movement, and I think having this song to go with that makes perfect sense.
And I go tell y'all straight up, June 7th, out by Black Point, we're going to have some dabbing classes. We're going to show them, we're going to find the Wajang in you out there. We have some dabbers, some legendary who are going to teach you, take you down step by step, show you the footwork, show you the shoulder work, show you everything so you can find the Wajang in you.
I'll ask that question.
But no, it's something that's sick because I learned in myself. I learned in the steps.
no,
I gotta step out the no.
I tried dab. I tried dab. I know anything is dab, right? I cannot dab.
You
But
ever try dabbing? As I told you,
Is it pump people head top so?
it's a movement. No, the TBG thing is a move. Everybody is TBG right now.
Well, I guess I need to start tech boy. I don't know, like, is that what we had me doing now? We had me tech
Like you ain't get the memo.
I ain't getting the memo, bro. It's late. I go through all my paperwork on my desktop on Monday. I'll find it.